Welcome everybody, this is Shady from Sci Weather here. Today we're going to be going over a brief update on the new info we just have got from the severe weather event that's going to be taking place into the Thursday, Friday, and possibly even into the Saturday time. So sit back, relax, and please enjoy the video as we will be going in depth of what you need to know into this weekend and into Friday and Thursday. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at our risk for this upcoming event. So today, obviously, this is going to be the risk that's going to be going on right now. Also, we got a 2 out of 5 on the severe weather scale for portions of southern Oklahoma, northern Texas, and into the southern Ohio area, Kentucky, Tennessee. Very widespread event that's going to be taking place today, and I do expect it just to mainly be into the Arkansas areas. So don't expect too much out of this event. I will go over what you guys will be expecting, but first let's get some of the key areas that this could be impacting. So we have in the 2 out of 5 on the slate, we have Memphis, Tennessee, Garland, Texas, Little Rock, Arkansas, Huntsville, Alabama, Mesquite, Texas. Sorry if I didn't pronounce that right. We have in the marginal Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, Atlanta, Georgia, and Arlington, Texas. So this will be the people who are in that area will be needing to keep a lookout for severe weather on portions of the portions of the tornado perimeters. It is a 5% today, and what we have is it looks like the 5% did get expanded from the last weather video I did do, and this is what it is. It's going to be a 5% here, and then we have a little 2% that's going to be there. So we're going to go ahead and go over those areas. So we have in the 5%, Memphis, Tennessee, Little Rock, Arkansas, Huntsville, Alabama, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, Jackson, Tennessee, and Nashville, Tennessee for the 2%, Atlanta, Georgia, Birmingham, Alabama, Shreveport, Louisiana, and Columbus, Georgia. So anyone in those areas, you guys need to be lookout for quick spin-ups, tornadoes, as they will be possible in today. Next, we'll be taking a look at the wind, and obviously you can see that there is a 5% out for wind, and then there also is a 15% wind risk today. And this is going to be another major thing that we got to look out for. So this includes some of the higher regions. So Memphis, Tennessee, Little Rock, Arkansas, Huntsville, Alabama, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, Jackson, Tennessee are all in the 50%, and then into the 5%, you have Dallas, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, Atlanta, Georgia, Cincinnati, Ohio, and Louisiana, Kentucky area. So anyone in those regions, you gotta watch out for some damaging wind. And then on the hail, it is a hatch today, so this is something you gotta look out for. As you see these little cross areas, those will indicate a hatch, and then see 15% is going to be in the yellow, and you're going to have your 5% in the brown. So right now in the overall, we have in the 6 severe, we have Plano, Texas, Garland, Texas, Little Rock, Arkansas. We have Allen, Texas, North Little Rock, Arkansas in the SIG. And then in the 15%, we have Memphis, Tennessee, Garland, Texas, Little Rock, Arkansas, North Little Rock, Arkansas, and Rowell, Texas for the 50%. And then we have 5% for Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, Arlington, Texas, and Cincinnati, Ohio. So anyone in those areas, you guys need to watch out for hail and be cautious because these storms could be dropping some hail. Next, we'll be taking a look at the main risks that we're going to be going over, and that is going to be the moderate. Okay, so as we move on now, we have moved on to the day 2, and this is Thursday's event. And as you can see, we are at a 4 out of 5, and that is pretty high for this time of year, as we are reaching our tornado season, but it also is kind of rare that we do see a moderate in early March. So we'll be going over of who is in these areas. who's in these areas might ask. So in the moderate, we have Shreveport, Louisiana, Mesquite, Texas, Tyler, Texas, Longview, Texas, Boiser City, Louisiana. You guys are in a moderate. In the enhanced, we have Dallas, Texas, Memphis, Tennessee, Fort Worth, Texas, Arlington, Texas, Palono, Texas, and then it goes for the slight. We have Houston, Texas, Austin, Texas, Pastonia, Texas, Beaumont, Texas, and Killeen, Texas. And anyone in the marginal, we have San Antonio, Texas, Oklahoma City, Texas, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and then Nashville, Tennessee, and New Orleans, Louisiana, and Tulsa, Oklahoma. So that is what's going on for the moderate and what kind of cities are affected. So, sorry about that. Next, we will be taking a look at our tornado, and this is very, very concerning, and this kind of reflects on, this is what I saw on that tornado parameter earlier this week, earlier yesterday on the video, and I can see why they issued such a high risk for tornadoes. So, let's take a look at this. Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Arlington, Texas, Palono, Texas, Garland, Texas. You guys are in a 6 severe for tornadoes. You guys need to be looking out for this. And hatched areas 2% or greater probability of an EF2 to EF3, EF5 tornadoes within 2 miles of a point. So this is something you guys need to look out for. Alright, moving on to the 15%. Shreveport, Louisiana, Tyler, Texas, Longview, Texas, Boiser City, Louisiana, and Texarkana, Texas. You guys are going to be in a 15%. Anyone in the 10% is going to be Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Arlington, Texas, Palono, Texas, and Garland, Texas. This kind of falls under this, it kind of falls under that in the 10% area, but at the same time, you guys are still in a high area of tornadoes. So anyone in the 5%, you guys are Memphis, Tennessee, Jackson, Mississippi, Waco, Texas, Killeen, Texas, Round. I think actually that this is actually Jackson, Missouri, maybe? No, Mississippi. So it is Mississippi. I'm sorry, I got that right. Killeen, Texas, and Round Rock, Texas. You guys are in a 5%. 2%, you guys are Houston, Texas, Austin, Texas, New Orleans, Louisiana, Corpus Christi, Texas, and Birmingham, Alabama. You guys are in a 2% for tornadoes. Moving on now to the wind, and this event mainly is going to be a wind-driven event from the latest models, which we'll go over, and this is very, very surprising. So you guys need to be on a lookout. You thought that the weather outbreak that happened in Oklahoma was bad. This is something even worse, and I do expect it to be a major event, but it would be quite interesting how this is going to play out. So we have a 6 severe. They are saying that that anyone in these hatch areas are greater probability of wind gusts of 65 knots. That is bad because that is very, very strong winds. So, right now, we will be going over the SIG severe for these areas. Dallas, Texas, Memphis, Tennessee, Fort Worth, Texas, Arlington, Texas, and Palo, Texas. Basically, anyone in the 45 to 30%, and even into the 15%. You guys need to watch out for your guys' you guys need to watch out for the damaging winds. So anyone in the Texas regions, anyone in Louisiana regions, anyone in the Tennessee, anyone in the let's see what else, other states that need to be on the lookout. It's mainly going to be a Tennessee, Texas, Louisiana, and also into some Oklahoma areas. You guys need to be looking out for some severe wind gusts possible with this storm system. Alright, moving on into the hail, and this is quite surprising of what they put out. We have a 30% hail risk for these areas, so anyone in the Dallas areas, they would basically in the Texas area, and into some of the Oklahoma areas, and even up into the Alabama or anyone into the Missouri, anyone into basically anyone into that these Mississippi correction, but anyone into these areas need to watch out for damaging hail. Next, we'll be going over and looking at our. We'll be going over and looking at our. Next, we'll be going and looking over at our temps. Alright, and so this is quite interesting what's going on with the temperatures right now. As you can see, fairly warm into the high 60s and into the lower 70s in regions of Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, and Alabama areas. You guys are having a cool, very warm to cool morning right now. As we speak, and you can see it's going to be getting into the mid 70s and into some of the 80s in some areas as the day goes on. And then, as you can see, this is going to be mainly what goes on and plays out for this severe weather event, and what's really going to play out temperature wise for this severe weather event that's going to be going on Thursday. And you can see it's going to be into the mid 70s and into the some areas lower 60s in some of these areas, but other areas is going to be like high 60s and some areas could be getting some 80s at peaks. It's definitely going to be feeling humid. It's definitely going to feel like it's 80 or 85, but don't let that fool you, because this is just the humidity, which we'll go over, is just fueling the atmosphere for these the severe storms, excuse me, that will be going on during this time. And you can see how much of a temperature difference is after those storms immediately push through. And you can see this is obviously the line of storms as it pushes through, and you can see how fast the plummet is on the temperature, and as it goes through the duration of the event, and it's going to be very interesting. And also, we do have a significant winter storm event that's going to be happening, and I will be going over that with a video tomorrow. Anyways, that's the temperatures. Now we'll be going ahead and looking at the cape for this event. The humidity, for. Alright, now moving on into the humidity. Obviously, it is a quite steamy morning right now, and some of the lower areas, and then it really does start to pick up into today, and then it will dramatically start to really change into later tonight. And you can see it starts to really dramatically change, but don't let this fool you, as it does start to increase into the duration of tomorrow. And you can see up to 96, 97 areas, and that is going to be very steamy, and is going to fuel the atmosphere for severe weather as we go on. And then you can see the difference in the humidity as this ridge and this storm system does move on into the overnight, into the early morning area time on Friday. And that is basically the humidity overall outlook. Now we'll be taking a look at the Cape. Alright, now we'll be taking a look at the Cape, and by the looks of it, really nothing has dramatically changed. It's still going to be up in the high thousands joule per kilograms on the Cape. So nothing really dramatic has changed on it. Just really does not show any really dramatic change. It just shows that it's very consistent with how this is playing out. So nothing really has changed. You're still going to be seeing some high 1000s, and into some areas some lower 1000s. So really nothing has changed, and honestly, you really don't need a very, very super high cape to fuel these systems. You could have 900 kV and be getting a massive system that will pull through, and that basically will support that system. So really nothing has changed, but if anything else does change, we will be doing a update on that. Now next we will be moving on to our wind gust. Alright, now we'll be taking a look at the the wind gusts, excuse me, and you can really see how it starts to really kick in into regions of Arkansas and regions of Louisiana and into the Mississippi and Alabama areas into Thursday, and you can see that's the reason they have such of a high of wind gust, and it's mostly because of how strong the wind's going to be, and people could be seeing up to close to 50 in some areas. This is 60 wind 60 miles per hour on the wind gust, so I wouldn't be surprised if this event does bring up to hurricane force winds. So anyone in these areas will be more than likely seeing some heavy winds. So I wouldn't be surprised if the wind gust starts to increase in the chances of how much you could see. But this is just even more of a a detail of what you could be seeing on wind gusts. So that's going to be what the wind gust is, and now we will be looking at the tornado parameter. Alright, now we'll be taking a look at the tornado parameter, and this really is interesting because the tornado parameter obviously is quite a bit high right now in these areas, and has increased from the last time we've looked at it, and that's mostly because of what's going on today in this event. Today's event on the the slight, so you can see how this starts to diminish, but it really does ramp back up as that squall line or QLCS moves in this area and then rapidly goes this way. You're going to be seeing some major tornadoes that could happen, and the tornado parameter is just incredible that it is just there. So you can see the tornado parameter starts to diminish, and then it picks back up into the Alabama areas, into some of the Georgia areas as this second wave of severe weather goes on. So tornado parameters overall is going to be very high for this event. Next we'll be taking a look at the supercell group. So now we'll be taking a look at the supercell composite, and this overall tells us what kind of what the very significant supercell composite's going to be like. And you can see that today the supercell composite for this event is going to be up into the 10s, maybe even 13s areas, or 15s. Could be seeing a 15 on this supercell composite, and then for tomorrow it starts to diminish, but then it kicks back up as this QLCS starts to move in, and you can see anywhere from maybe 20 in some areas, could possibly be to 15, and it really starts to rapidly increase, and some of these areas could be seeing 20, and I wouldn't be surprised if this increases during this event. You can see it starts to really stay there for the Saturday event that will take place in Alabama, and I don't see it being super big event, but it definitely could happen during that time, and that's what is going on the supercell composite. So next we'll be going over the radar. Alright, now we'll be taking a look at the radar, and this basically is showing everything's mostly calm. Obviously you have some showers, and then that will kick up into today, and this could be taking place anywhere from the afternoon time. So you see there's some showers that really do start to pop up, and a couple hours more you can start to see some thunderstorms that will start to kick up anywhere into the Arkansas areas, and you can see some of these areas have some, you know, supercells that could form anywhere from that area. So as you move it a couple more, you can see there's going to be some significant strong severe storms in there, and then some strong storms here, and then a couple strong storms here, and that will all take place going on today. Uh, and then you see, as we keep going on, you still have these line of storms that will still be lingering around, maybe a couple rumbles of thunder in the Tennessee areas, and maybe some heavy wind gusts at times that you could see into Tennessee. So now we'll be taking a look at our a little bit advanced. You can see this is starting to really prompt out where it's going to say it's going to go in this area. It's going to start here. But I do see it going to be heading more towards eastward, so this could push more eastward of how it's going to start out. But it starts out here, and then it really starts to ramp up into a QLCS form, and see all these little, tiny showers and thunderstorms really start to go ahead of this, and that could be a major problem for this weather, as it could increase the supercells and tornadoes. You can see it really starts doing some kind of bowing segment that breaks out, and you got all these areas that could be some isolated supercells that could have some tornadic potential. And then you can see you go all the way out. There's your bowing segment right in here, and it really starts to diminish. And then there is some other kind of bowing segment right here that could start. So we really can't really tell. We'll have to really tell tomorrow and see what these models are saying. But that's overall models on that part. Next, we'll be going over your guys' safety precautions of what you guys should do and should not do. Alright, now we'll be taking a look at some of your tornado safety tips. Obviously, some of your safety tips are stay away from windows, get out of automobiles, homes if you can. Do not try to outrun a tornado because you obviously don't know how fast the tornado is moving, and don't try to outrun it in your car. Instead, leave immediately. Mobile homes, even if tied down, offer little protection from tornadoes, and there's complete evidence of those because they have got flipping over in the past. So try to find somewhere that you can take cover. You should, and also occasionally tornadoes will develop so rapidly in advance warnings it's not possible to remain alert for signs of any approaching tornado. Flying debris from tornadoes caused most by deaths and injuries. Also, if an underground shelter is not available, move to an most interior room or hallway and on the lowest floor, and get under a sturdy pieces of furniture. So some of your don'ts is don't go outside, pull a lawn chair out, and just have a cold one out there. That's something that's gonna get you killed. It's not gonna be fun for anyone. If there is some place that got hit, don't just go outside and go scout the damage. Just leave that up to emergency personnel. So if you're not emergency personnel, don't be doing it. It's not helping anyone. You're just causing more of a problem and a headache for everyone else. So there's some of your safety tips that we can go over. Also, look at your local NWS and news station. They will provide more updates than some of the others. So go there if you do need updates. Next, we'll be going over into the outro, and that will wrap up the video. Alright, that will wrap up our basically our weather analyzing today. If you do like this video, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like this, as it does get out to the public, as we try to help save lives, and also we try to get this out there to people who might not have cell service, or might need some assistance on knowing what's going on, because here at SciWeather, we really do take pride in saving people and letting people be informed. So if you like what you see, just tell us what exactly you liked what you saw, and then tomorrow we'll be going over a a short summary. If we can see what that winter storm is going to be taking place, we'll be going over that tomorrow. So without further ado, I'm Shady from Weather. Peace out, everybody.